Hello, Object Show friendos. Hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, and feeling awesome, or as awesome as you can possibly feel. And if you ain't feeling too awesome right now, I certainly hope things pick up for you soon. So yeah, more Object Show Roundup today. And we have a few little things to go over. We do have a new show that dropped very recently that I want to go over. Always exciting times when something new comes out. But let's dive into some mini updates first, and then I've got some other little bits and pieces to wrap up at the end here, some little announcements, and yeah, that's it. Let's get started before I keep talking for no reason. All right, first update is from AnimationEpic, and we got a little update video regarding the old website, because when AnimationEpic launched the new store and everything, the website updated to just basically the storefront. So lots of people were asking about, like, hey, what about the old site that's got all of the old content on it, and fans blogs and stuff like that. So we got this post about Inanimate Battle as well, and the old site. And basically, yes, all that stuff will be coming back. The old website, so there's going to be a new web handle for it. It's going to pop up at some point. It's still not. I've been checking. I haven't seen it yet. But the old site content will be returning, and it's going to also have Inanimate Battle on it, because Inanimate Battle got restricted by YouTube, or delisted. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. I watched this video and I've already forgotten if it was just totally pulled or if it was just restricted. I think it was pulled, because when they did the Inanimate Battle videos, they were very young, and YouTube saw this is youths playing with dangerous things, because they had like knives and stuff. Inanimate Battle, if you haven't seen those videos, is basically they got like real life versions of the characters from season 1, and they actually put them against each other in one-on-one fights, and obviously that included knife. So that's why there was a knife in the video, and YouTube decided they didn't like that, so I'm pretty sure they pulled them. So the site, when it comes back, when it's back up and running with all of the old content, Inanimate Battle is going to be on there as well. So yeah, thank you, Adam, for that update. I appreciate again. Look, listen. I just really appreciate Adam being upfront and just doing these kind of video updates, because some people just don't just give updates like that, so I really I like that open-ended communication that he's got going on. And it's also good to know that the old site stuff will be back, because I enjoyed that stuff too. I didn't even get time to go through all of it. I started reading some of the stuff that's on there in the background, but I didn't get a chance to go through all of it before the new storefront opened, and just kind of pushed all that stuff aside. So I am excited to see all of that stuff come back, and Inanimate Battle will have a new home there. So that's good to know. Thanks, Adam. Cool update. Appreciate it, buddy. Okay, we got another art update from Crispy. Yay! I love Crispy art updates. They're one of my favorite things. I really enjoy getting to share Crispy's stuff here. So yes, we got some more ampersand art. Beyond the sky is a world where we're happy again. That's kind of sad and makes me a little bit emotional to think about. It means they're all not happy, obviously. Great, but this is a really cool little picture, and it's like maybe another little bit of a hint and a little bit of a setup as to what to expect from Ampersand. Also, is this all of the cast? Do we have them all together here? Look at them all. I love them. I love all of them. I'm really excited to get to meet them properly in an episode whenever Ampersand does come out. I really enjoy all of their designs, and I keep saying the same thing. I really enjoy Crispy's art. I'm really excited to see it in action. And oh geez, it's gonna be great. I really can't wait. Thank you again for the art, Crispy. Thank you for keeping us up to date with just things, and as you're working on stuff. And this is such a good picture. It's just really good. Again, it's a tone setter, is what it is, and it just builds that anticipation. and Crispy just keeps doing an awesome job of this. Can't lie. Awesome work as always. I feel like this is a thumbs up episode. I feel like there's going to be lots of thumbs ups going on. Okay, over to malues next, and we did have an update from them a couple of episodes ago. Can't quite remember exactly when it was, but there was a little kind of a hint that there was definitely some work getting done with audio stuff. Well, guess what? We got a trailer, for love of the... We did. We got a trailer for episode 2. Listen, I know it's a dead giveaway, and I know I've been bad. I said I wasn't going to watch trailers, and I've been saying this for a while. I might have watched the trailer for this one. I'm sorry, I slipped. I broke my rule, the rule that I only made not long ago. I'm sorry. Okay, please forgive me. It's Kiddo's fault. Kiddo came running downstairs with their phone and was like, trailer. So I immediately had to put it on the TV so we could watch it. What I will say is I was kind of fortunate because this trailer actually does not give any plot points away. And actually, I would actually recommend, even if you are a trailer avoider, I would recommend watching this trailer because it's actually a really fun one. And like I say, it's got 0 spoilers in it. You could totally watch it and be totally fine. You won't know what's going to happen in episode 2, but you will have a good time watching it. I guarantee you should definitely check it out. I might even drop the link, actually. I might even drop the link for it. And I'll say the same thing I usually say, actually. If you haven't watched the first episode split into a couple, but if you haven't watched that, then definitely head over to Malu's channel and check out Love of the, because it's so fun. It's so fun. And like, listen, I relate to, well, he's in the thumbnail, the pinwheel character, Michael. Don't know why I could possibly relate to a character called Michael. I have no idea. But it's so fun, honestly. It's such a good show. I'm really looking forward to episode 2. And we're evidently getting closer because we had the little teaser audio clip from a couple of weeks back. And now we have a proper trailer. So, it's a coming. Don't know when, but keep your eyes open because you never know. You could just drop it without us knowing. So, watch that channel and see, because you never know when it's going to come out. All right, let's head on over to the brand new show that just started recently that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. So MikeInSpace, who some of you may kind of have run across somewhere because Mike actually made a real-life puffball speaker box. And took it to the BFDI II tour. So you might have seen that clip kicking around. If you haven't, hang on. I might magically make it appear.
Hello, Humany viewers. So I'm here with MikeInSpace, and check out this puffball speaker box in the flesh. It's got light up lights, and you also said that she speaks?
Yes.
I'm starving. Where's the pizza?
Ooh, she's hungry.
Yeah.
She wants some bites to eat.
So yeah, Mike has been working on a show, and the first episode did drop. For now, the way this show works is the episodes are getting uploaded to YouTube, but at the moment there's no animation, there's no voice acting. It's like a comic book style, which I'll be honest with you, I did enjoy because I could kind of engage with it at my own pace and take everything in easier. But I'm not saying that I want this show to stay this way forever, obviously, because Mike does want to move on to animating and getting the animation and voice acting done. But I did just kind of enjoy going through this first little episode just with screenshots and the speech bubbles. I actually did enjoy doing that. It was fun. So the show is called Battle for Digital Dominance. And it's good. It's got a good setup. So let's head on into the discussion. But before I do, if you are planning to head on over to Mike's channel and check this out, spoilers, clearly, we're going to go over stuff. There's going to be lots of screenshots. So if you're going to check it out, then maybe do that first. Then hop on back and maybe have a listen to what I think about it. But just want to give you the heads up. I don't want to spoil it for you before you've even had the chance to check it out. Okay, I think we're good to go. So we have two characters, Calvin and Dr. Beaker, who are currently in a building with no power. And my thought was, oh, these must be the two hosts because they were talking about the show and contestants and stuff. But yes, they're standing there in the dark and they're waiting for the contestants to turn up for whatever show they're planning on hosting, holding, whatever they're doing. And then the first person to turn up is Mike, who fixes the power within 13 seconds of turning up. Interesting. Mike's a little bit of a handy-dandy kind of a guy. Other the contestants then do arrive after that. Check them all out. Look at them all. So let's do a roll call, shall we? Because, I mean, we need to get to know all these characters, so let's get right into it, shall we? We do have Alexa, Aqua, Ari, Arthur, Hi. Then we got Bobby, Bladesworth the Third. Okay. Catherine and Connor. Hello. And then we have Glimmer, Hal, Jake, and Josh. All right. We're setting some personalities up here too, just by these little intros, which is kind of fun. And then we have Julie, Katie, Kyle, and Mike, who we've already met. Hello. And finally, we have Samantha, Stephanie, Talia, and Tyler. Greetings to you as well. So, that makes 20 contestants. Quite a bulky number, but not too bulky. I like it. It's a nice, decent number. So Jake, right off the bat, raises some concerns about the place they're in being a wee bit too small to host a contest. And he also includes specific dimensions of the room. Like, this Jake's got everything clocked already. So Jake's a little bit of a details person. But anyway, that does lead Beaker to show them the prize. The prize being a pocket dimension. That's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind having a pocket dimension myself, actually. So after some arguing amongst a certain 3 characters, who I'm sure we will see arguing more in the future, Beaker decides that Mike should be the first to enter. Potentially just because Mike turned up first, Mike also fixed the power. Mike's a little bit hesitant, actually, about this, but is convinced eventually to be the first one to enter the portal. And thus begins chapter 2 of this episode. Nothing to worry about. That doesn't make me at all concerned about anything. Because when someone says nothing to worry about, it generally means there's something to worry about. I mean, generally. After walking through the portal, Mike meets Harmony, the real host of the show. Now, I was thinking Calvin and Dr. Beaker were the hosts, but oh no. There is Harmony within this pocket dimension, and it's an interesting thing. My first thought was, okay, so did Dr. Beaker and Calvin create Harmony, or is Harmony their own entity? Immediately those questions start coming up, especially since at the near the beginning of the episode, Dr. Beaker mentioned how important the show was to... Didn't get to finish that sentence. So I'm wondering if it's Harmony. Maybe Harmony wanted to host the show. Maybe Harmony's got this big power-wielding dynamic going on. We shall see. We shall see. You know me and overthinking things, so I'm going to stop that right now and say that after everyone else arrives, Beaker notices Mike seems a bit down and out, and we learn a little bit more about their character. So yes, quite a lot to go over on this particular screenshot right here. About Mike just not feeling very settled or comfortable in social situations. And I do wonder if Mike joined the show to maybe make some connections and try and kind of practice their social skills and, that kind of thing. I mean, hopefully the contest can help Mike make some meaningful connections. Or maybe just a bunch of enemies who want him to fail the challenges and lose the game. I mean, who can tell? I mean, he was the first one allowed into the game, so there's already probably a few contestants who are like, well, that's not fair. Why does he get special treatment? So we shall see. Again, there's plenty of time for all this stuff to develop. This is merely episode 1A after all, setting the scene, Harmony then gets things started by explaining how things are going to work around here, beginning with the fact that after the first challenge, the 20 players will be divided into 2 teams of 10. So pretty big teams, only the 2. You could have done 4 or 5, but we're going with 2 of 10. So it's interesting dynamic. We'll see who goes with who here. And then after that, following every challenge, the team who performs the worst will be up for elimination. Standard, classic, and we'll lose a teammate. Yeah, I mean, it's standard object warfare. We all know how this one works. There will also be rejoin challenges, which I always do find to be an interesting little addition to object show contests. How often will rejoins happen? Will a rejoin be at the expense of someone already playing? Or will we have episodes with like multiple eliminations to make up for a rejoin, like 2 people get eliminated and 1 person rejoins, so we're still down 1, that kind of thing. Either way, it's always exciting to see how that's going to kind of play out. So we got lots of interesting things already set up here. And it is time to get to the first challenge. And Chapter 3, Uncharted Territory. So, basically, everyone is teleported to a forest with a challenge of surviving the night. Well, I'll be done. Put me outdoors for an extended period of time and I'm definitely done. Everyone also got scattered around, so Harmony suggests that players team up to have a better chance of making it. Mike wanders around for a while, trying to get his bearings, when he bumps into Aqua. Literally bumps into Aqua. After Mike apologizes for barging into her, they have a nice little chat about how clumsy Aqua is. Yeah, relatable, totally relatable. I am also a wee bit of a klutz, so I totally get this. I have been in similar scenarios before. Mike then notices that Aqua has a crack in her bowl, and she starts panicking. Oh no, seems like this isn't the first time this has happened. Kind of really backs up Aqua's story about being a bit of a klutz, actually. As she continues spiraling, Mike interrupts and says he may be able to do a temporary fix, since he can transfer heat from his body to his hands, which may be able to help seal the crack. And as Mike starts working on that, or trying to do that anyway, they have a bit more of a chit-chat about things like where they're both from, bit more about Aqua's parents. It sounds like Aqua has like a really strict and distant stepmom and a dad who's barely home because of his job. Yeah. We also learn that her birth mom passed away, so we've got the little bit of a tragic backstory going on. And then we also learn that Mike is an orphan and was found in a dumpster with a sticky note with his name on it. All right, yep, we've got a tragic pair going on. The both of them have pretty sad stories behind them. But anyway, Mike finishes up the repairs and Aqua can't thank him enough, with Mike offering to do that anytime she needs, as he found it relaxing. As he said, he found it kind of relaxing. And Aqua actually did mention in a previous panel that she thought it felt kind of nice. Okay, all right. I'm liking this dynamic already. It's pretty good. Pretty sure that means, though, that she will be clumsy again in the future. So we're definitely going to have some more cracks to repair. There's also, of course, the danger of her just completely being shattered, which I don't want to think about right now. And I don't really know what kind of show this is going to be. So I don't really want to try and manifest something here. But it does make me a little bit concerned. She is quite fragile. But anyway, with that, they head off into the forest to look for others, and that's the end of episode 1A. So it's pretty easy breezy. The video itself is it's just over like 20 minutes long, but it's like so much time for each kind of panel, so you've got time to read it, but you could pause it, you could push the arrow buttons to skip to the next like page pretty easily, or if you're on your phone, you could, it's easy to get through if you want to rush through it a little bit quicker, if you're a quick reader. I went for the whole experience. I'll just let everything play out. I did pause it a couple of times to really like check in on all the text and stuff, but it's good. It's a really interesting concept. It has a lot of the familiarity we know from object show contests, but I am really enjoying the focus on Mike as the main, like kind of the main character. And I don't know if that's going to be how the whole thing goes. I don't know if that's a regular thing, if every episode's going to be like, this is Mike and this is who Mike's interacting with. But I did enjoy it. I really liked it. Having it as a slideshow comic book style, as I also said, was a nice way to actually take the story in, because, I got to take my time and I got to analyze the images, the facial expressions. I didn't have to keep going, wait, did I miss something there in the background? Right? I mean, it is fun to be able to do that with the animated stuff, but like I say, I know it's Mike wants it to be animated, but this was good. I did enjoy going through it this way. And like, as Mike, I keep saying Mike, creator Mike, not the character Mike, did say that they want to put a team together. That's basically the plan going forwards. Animate episodes, get some voice acting in there and stuff. But I love this format, honestly. So even if it does end up just being a starting point and not a long-term goal, it was a fun, nice little relaxing way to start and get into the story. So good work on this, Mike. This is really good. I'm looking forward to see where this goes next. The relationships that get forged, all of that fun stuff that comes along with that. Really good, solid start. Keep it up. It was really good. We also got an update from Purgatory, actually, which I wasn't expecting. Shooting for the episode to be released next week. Finally done with finals, so every waking moment will be spent on 1B. However, in order to get it out on time, it may not fully be polished to 100%. After this episode, we'll make a full-length episode 1 with full custom music and everything, looking even more polished, which will be the official episode, because they're meant to be watched together. And in the future, there will be no more A-B episodes or two-parters. Okay, already promising no two-parters. Okay, all right, well ahead of the game on that one. But anyways, what are you hoping to see in the episode? So yeah, 1B is looking like it's going to land this coming week then. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see this. I thought it was going to be a while before 1B came out. I'm obviously not at all complaining about the fact. It's going to be really interesting to see after that first episode, getting to meet all the characters and the premise and stuff. First challenge is going to happen in 1B, and we're going to get the first character who ends up in Purgatory will be decided, because it's whoever loses that challenge, right, is going to end up in Purgatory. That's basically how it's going to work. So yeah, I guess that's next week. We don't know what day. So it might land in next weekend's episode of OSR. It might not land till the weekend after. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But keep your eyes on the Purgatory channel, because the 1B could land any day. Alright, we got a nice little update from WebzForevz, because we know that THREEEE episode 6 is coming out in a couple of weeks. And we got 60%. Episode 6 is 60% done. And that came along with a couple of cryptic little screenshots. And it's kind of like, I recognize some of the backgrounds, but I don't really know what's going on in them. So WebzForevz is keeping us kind of going, what could this possibly mean? What could possibly be happening here? I do wonder. But yeah, that's what we've got so far. The episode is due out on the 27th of December. So, not too far away at all. Actually, that would be 2 weeks from today. No, not today. Tell a lie. This episode's not going up on Saturday. It's going up on Sunday. Forget I said that. 2 weeks yesterday. That's when it's going up. I'm just making things more confusing. I'm going to shut up now. That wasn't the only update we got from WebzForevz, though. We actually did get another one to say that 3.6 will be about 37 minutes long. Oh, working hard to finish on time. Sorry it took me 6 months to get started on it. I was being lazy. Oh, you were taking time to yourself. Listen, if you want to call yourself lazy, you can. But at the end of the day, look, sometimes we're all owed a little bit of lazy time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. 37 minutes, though. That's pretty beefy. That's going to be quite a chunky episode. And we've had a few chunky episodes this year. So that's going to take me quite some time to go through. And of course, I'm going to have to rewatch episodes 1 to 5 just to gear myself back up again before episode 6 comes out. I do remember the majority of episode 5, but I will refresh myself. And this would be a perfect time for you all to go and check out Excellent Entities if you have not done so yet. I'm not someone who says skip stuff. because I feel like everything is important to check in on and watch, and skipping stuff does mean you miss character development, even if it is rough and ready, and maybe quality is not the best at the start. Excellent Entities is totally worth watching, and then you move on to Extremely Excellent Entities, and then THREEEE. So it's totally worth watching all of it. It's really fun to see the relationships between characters develop as the show goes on, and that is prevalent in season 1 as well. Season 1 definitely has very immature moments in it, but heck, everybody starts somewhere, and when you're younger and you start doing a show, yeah, some of that humor's, it doesn't hit the same years and years later, right? But totally worth watching. Totally go and check out all of EE and EEE and EEE for sure, because it's all honestly it's all worth watching, 100%. And I'm looking forward to seeing episode 6 of THREEEE. And that is actually it for this episode. This has actually ended up being quite a short one. I do have some plans for the next couple of episodes. Obviously, there is a couple of new episodes of shows coming out over the next little while, so that will definitely take up some of the space. I did want to try and dive into some new shows. I keep saying new. I'm sorry, not new, but new to me. Shows I haven't watched yet. And I think I might actually be able to squeeze one in next week, so I'm going to try and do that. I do have an announcement, which I kind of have already talked about. But next week, there will be a midweek episode, and it will be another interview. It's not just one guest, but 2 guests. So that should be up on, I'm going to say the Wednesday. It's going to go up on the Wednesday. I'm a wee bit busy on the Tuesday, so I don't want to commit to Tuesday. So Wednesday for sure, there will be another Object Show interview video going up, and I really hope you look forward to that, and I hope you enjoy it when it drops. I'm still not going to tell you who it is. Keep your eyes peeled though, because I will probably announce it a day or 2 before the video goes up. I might do the same thing I did last time with the Stone interview, and maybe share the thumbnail, because I have been provided another amazing thumbnail by one of the people in the interview, and I'm really excited to share it actually. So yes, that will be up midweek next week. And again, this just makes me reflect again, and I've done this a few times, and I will do it again before the end of the year. It just makes me reflect on what a whirlwind of a year it has been. I started watching object shows in January with my kiddo, Ruby, and then I started doing this show late June, so it's still only been like 6 months, really, of doing this, and I've already had chats with like people from 3 different object shows. I've had conversations with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 object show creators. Yes, if you include everybody who's been involved in the actual discussions that I've had, because we had Mikey, Snailvine, Lunchbox Kids, along with Churi, who also works on Lunchbox Kids, who were on a charity stream back in September. We have Stone, who's created Battle for Nation Net Fame. Velvet was also in the chat, sorry, with Mikey and Churi, but Velvet was not actually on mic during the live stream, but was posting messages in there. So Velvet's also works on a few object shows. And then the 2 people who you will see next week. That's what I'll say. So yes, and that's all in the space of 6 months of doing this kind of thing. And I am just, I'll say it again, I am just so grateful for everybody for the support. And I am grateful for everybody who has given up their time to talk to me about their shows. And it's just all fun and exciting times. And yeah, like I say, yeah, started doing the show in June, sorry, and then went to New York in July to go to the BFDI II tour, and met a whole bunch of amazing people there. And honestly, I am looking forward so much to seeing where 2026 goes. We're not quite there yet. This isn't the last episode of the year. I will probably do a bit more of an introspective in the last video of 2025. But for now, we've still got a couple episodes left to go this year, and there's still plenty of stuff to talk about. So I'm excited. and I hope you all are too. So thank you for being here, everybody. As always, please do help to feed the YouTube. Help feed the YouTube algorithm. Like the video or share the video. Hype the video. Leave a comment. Do all that fun stuff. And whether you were here for like 5 seconds, whether you just checked in on one specific chapter to see something you were interested in, or whether you were here for the whole video, I appreciate every second you spend here. It means the world to me. I love and appreciate all you very much. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you midweek for the interview episode and over the weekend, next weekend, for the next episode of OSR. All right. That's it. Toodaloo.